So you've got pest snails, you've got a snail infestation, you don't know what to do. You're panicking, they're all over the place, you don't know what to do, you don't know what you've done wrong or right. What is going on? Well, you've come to the right video, because today I'm going to help you sort out and solve this problem. So firstly, I want you to take a deep breath and relax. This is not going to destroy your aquarium. Don't panic. Yes, we are going to solve it, and by the end of this video you're going to get everything you need to know how to solve it and how to move forward. But right now, don't panic. Keep calm. It's not going to destroy your aquarium. Contrary to belief, they're not going to eat your plants or anything like that. They only really eat or consume dead plant matter. So your plants are safe, your fish are safe, your aquarium is safe, but you don't want them. So how do you get rid of them? How do you prevent it from happening again? So why have you got them? Well, quite often they come on aquatic plants when you buy them. And you put them into your aquarium, and if you've not pre-treated the plants, you might end up with a pest snail infestation. But not all the time. This is because they can only really establish themselves and reproduce like crazy if there's enough waste organics already in the aquarium. Which is what I've got downstairs in the Jewel Rio, which is one you're seeing now on screen at some points in the video. I've got a new fish room, and maybe that tank has been neglected. There's a lot of high waste organics in there. I put in the fresh plants, and now the snails have gone absolutely nuts. But what are we going to do about that? How are we going to solve it? Well, firstly, we've mentioned waste organics, and this is the key. If there's a high amount of waste organics or uneaten fish food, all that sort of stuff, these snails will reproduce like mental craziness, and you will get a snail infestation. So you need to reduce that. That's how you're going to win this battle against your snails, is to reduce that waste. And how do you do that? Well, more frequent water changes, making sure you're getting your hands in there, releasing that waste organics from the plants, getting that siphoned out, making sure you're doing all your cleaning before you do your water change, making sure you're not overfeeding your aquarium. So maybe reduce the fish food for a while. Apologies there for a second, I'll come back. There's some construction going on next door and it's a bit loud. Where were we? So uneaten food or overfeeding. A lot of fish keepers, especially if you're a new fish keeper, we do overfeed. I typically feed no more than once a day. Obviously you can get larger fish, that's not the same thing, but if you're general community aquariums, once a day is more than enough for most fish food. And even one day a week, I'll definitely skip, sometimes even two, just to make sure there's not too much food in there. But yeah, reduce the food, increase your maintenance, increase your filter maintenance, make sure that's all nice and clean. It's not too clean because you'll kill everything, but clean enough. And then if you keep doing that over the next few weeks, I promise you, over a period of time, your snails will just disappear. I know it's going to be, oh, I wish it was today, because I'm going to look at these snails forever. Don't worry, they will slowly just vanish, to the point where you can't really see them anymore. Obviously, if you're doing water changes, there's no issue. You can siphon a few out. I often do that with a siphon a few out. If they're on the glass, whatever, just get them out. And you can siphon them out with water changes. And like I say, they will eventually disappear. But what not to do? Please don't squish them or squash them or kill them in the aquarium. This will create more waste organics and possibly even maybe ammonia spikes, so just don't do that. Definitely don't use any kind of pest chemical to kill the snails. Do not do that. Snails are actually important to the ecosystem. They're only showing you when they're multiplying that there's enough waste for them to do that. But they are very important to have snails in the aquarium to tackle that ecosystem, to balance. All my aquariums will have some snails in them. But when they get overpopulated, I know I've got a problem with my aquarium. I have an issue with maintenance. I need to get off my ass, do some more maintenance, and they'll disappear. Secondly, please don't go out and buy a fish to eat the snails. I get a lot of customers, I've seen a lot of customers do that. Can I get a snail-eating fish? Don't do that, just don't bother. You'll end up with a fish then that probably won't suit your aquarium. It's going to get quite large, and you're going to end up trying to get rid of that fish then at some point, which is not fair. So don't do that. Of course, you can get assassin snails. No, I've used them. They're actually great. They will do the good job for you. They will help. Nowadays, I don't really bother with that. I just do maintenance and be very patient. And they go into a very small number of snails. Ones I can't barely even see. So let's have a bit of a recap. Yeah, I've had a lot of construction going on around the place, and this video has been done in a few little segments where the noise has been okay to record. So I hope this video is not going to be too jumpy. But let's recap anyway. So increase your maintenance. That's the key. And you'll see your snails almost disappear to the point where you can't really see them. Don't panic. It's not going to do any damage to your aquarium or anything else. Don't worry about it. They are unsightly. You don't always like to see them, that many of them. But if you increase your maintenance, they'll vanish. Yep, siphon a few out when you can. Don't kill them. Don't buy snail-eating fish unless you've got an aquarium suitable to house these fish in the long term. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you found this information useful. I hope now that you're a bit more relaxed about your snails and not to panic, just to keep up your hobby. Don't worry, don't even put it in your mind, and then eventually they're going to go and you're going to go, oh, that was it, that was quite simple. And if they reoccur, you now know why they've reoccurred and what you need to do to tackle it the next time. That's it for today's video, or this week's video. Have a great day, weekend, whatever day this goes out, and see you next time. Goodbye.